Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
Hopefully everyone can see us and hear us and all that good stuff.
Yes.
But as always, do shout if you can't, or if there's any problems if we sound like Daleks. But I don't think we do.
Exterminate.
So here's the board. We are all set up. Now, you won the roll-off and chose the board first.
I did.
And I put them in this
You did.
configuration.
Yeah.
We've got 1, 3, 2, 4 and 5 over there. Because you know I've got the fortress.
Yes, and I play the Delvers, and I'm playing the Eyes of the Nine. I haven't said that yet. I'm playing the Eyes of the Nine. You are playing the Chosen Axes, and we have built this as the Battle of the Bads.
Battle of the Bads.
I'm actually slightly concerned that your warband is much better than mine, and I'm hoping really that the Fortress deck can breathe a new lease of life into the Axes. Yeah. I don't think even one of those pumps that blows up inflatable mattresses, an industrial one of those, I don't think could blow life into the Eyes of the Nine. But we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, just to sort of give some indication of it, I think I drew my objectives about 3 times. I shuffled them back in each time and stuff, but and you had a similar.
I did. Well, I made a mistake. But actually, the first 3 I picked were all right, and I thought, oh no, I'll get rid of those. And then But so we do fudge it a little bit behind the scenes, which Pete's just going away. Again, somebody got really cross with us when we mentioned that we occasionally redraw cards.
But apparently that makes us frauds. Yeah. Frauds and liars.
Because everybody wants to see me go, no, I can't score that. I can't score that. No, I'm just going to redraw.
We do have to balance that, really, in the grand scheme of things. Legion Torrent says, thanks so much for such a warm welcome. Thank you so very, very, very much. Have a very nice game. Thank you very much. Well, hopefully you enjoy it. So we are going to crash on.
Crash on, yes.
So we are set up, ready to roll. Now you set up first. So you get a bonus crit to this.
A bonus crit I didn't need to roll, which I have got. So if you get a crit...
Oh,
he's got crit. 2 crits! 2 crits! 2 crits! That's your 2 crits of the game. Over and done with.
My double crit, right? So I'm going to get double crits if I roll 4 dice.
You get to pick.
I'm going to let you go first.
I thought you might. Okay, I am going to make a move action with Turosh.
Oh, you're going to run away.
I am going to play Tangled Roots.
Ooh.
Which is a domain.
Tangled Woods.
After a fighter's charge act and stagger that fighter, this effect persists until the end of the round or until another domain gambit is played.
Charge action?
Yeah.
You're having a laugh. That's your first go? My first go. I am going to move... Which one's this? Vol. I'm going to move Vol 1, 2 onto Objective Uno row.
Oh, well, that's already messed me up.
Oh,
I wasn't expecting you to do that. Right, I am going to use Vortimus's action to bring out the blue horror.
Bring out your blue horrors.
I'm going to put him there.
Oh.
The blue horror, for those who don't know, is an action and I can put him on any starting hex.
Power step, anything for you?
No.
Nothing for me either. That's my second go. See, if I charge with Mad Megrim,
He'll be staggered.
He'll be staggered. So I will. Because why not? Why not? Okay. And he's got just the... Oh, it's 3 swords.
Yeah.
Not bad. 1 sword.
And I have got nothing.
Oh, so that's 1 damage. I'll shove you back.
I'm going to attempt to cast Racking Change. This spell is cast, choose an enemy fighter within 4 hexes of the caster. Suffers 1 damage and additional damage for each crit in the casting roll.
Oh dear. That's so going to go on poor Tefk.
Tefk here,
It's going to have to, I guess.
Yeah, it's the only one I can reach. 2 magic dice. 2! It's a cast.
It's cast. It's 1
damage.
Yeah. But no extras.
No, but that means that Kacharik is inspired.
Oh, yeah. Let's get these fancy little expiration tokens out. Oh, they're magneted. They're magneted as well, so double fancy. I see what you're going to try and do now. I'm going to play Indomitable. The first time a friendly fighter suffers damage in the next activation, they only suffer 1.
Oh.
You're not one-shotting Tefk anytime soon.
For my third, I'm going to move Narvia onto here.
Okay, you're going to one-shot him in a minute then, I say. Oh, boogie. So my third go... Gosh, this is a slow game, isn't it? I'm just going to move Crazy Fuel onto there.
I have nothing in the power step.
Okay.
So, for a 4th activation, I'm going to move Blue Horror onto there.
Ooh, just a move?
Just a move.
I say.
Yeah, because my charge, I'll be staggered. I suppose I could have a shot at you. Actually, yeah, I will have a shot. And I can actually shoot at Tefk.
You can, because it's range 3, isn't it?
Yeah. There's 3 swords, 1 damage, 1 sword.
1 sword. Only 1 shield. These guys are a bit squidgy. No. So that's a damage against you. I've taken 2.
I'm going to push him to there.
Oh, Tefk.
Yeah, I'm actually going to score an objective.
Oh!
Score this immediately after activation if 3 or more friendly fighters are each in a cover hex or lethal hex or on a feature token. Well, I've got 1 in a cover and 2 on a feature.
So you do. Okay, nothing for me either. I'm just going to move Tefk to there for his 4th go. I need many, many angry dwarves. Power step, I pass.
I'm just going to play, and this might be a mistake, but I'm going to play the Spirit Snare Cavern.
Ooh.
Which is a domain. It basically doesn't matter what it does because it's going to disappear in a minute.
Yeah.
I am going to put Empowered Sorcery on Vortimus.
Oh dear, what's that do?
It gives him +1 damage to his spell attack actions.
Oh dear. You went first, so...
Yeah, I've scored Zilch.
Oh dear. Oh, I inspire.
Oh, you do?
Inspiration.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that happens now or later, but it's not going to make a difference.
I can't remember either. But yeah.
It won't make a difference for the sake of this, for the game, because I haven't got any objectives that need me to be inspired for it.
Definitely going to get rid of this objective. Claim Guardians involves having 2 surviving friends holding an objective. Well, that might be okay, but I need to have an exploration token of 5. It's not looking so good.
Oh, you've got to do your Daring Delvery thing first.
Oh, yeah, but I think I've got anything. Because it starts at 0. I get 1 when I place a feature token, which I didn't do. I get 1 for each friendly fighter that's on a feature token that is not on my territory, which I didn't do. And at the end of the action phase for each surviving friendly explorer that is not in my territory. Well, I have a person in there, but I don't have any. He didn't have an explorer on him. So I'm going to draw 1 new objective.
Yep.
And then 4 power cards.
Okay. Right. So I've scored 1 thing. I've scored Stockpile. Score an end phase if your warband holds objectives whose numbers add up to 6. I have 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to get rid of Last Defences, which is a surge which involves killing somebody within 1 hex of no man's land. Because I get the feeling you're not coming near it, but maybe you are. I'm not sure.
I don't really know yet.
Upgrade-wise, I'm going to put Siege Master on Fuel, which is the one where after this fight's activation, if this fighter is in a feature token within 1 hex of no one's territory, I can choose 2 friendly fighters on feature tokens and give each one a guard token. And I'm going to get rid of the Melding Stone, which turns other hexes into cover hexes. And then I think I'm also going to get rid of Take Your Positions, which is push 2 friendly fighters other than my leader 1 hex towards feature tokens. Maybe I'll regret that, but I feel like the time for push tech is past now.
Push tech, he's already on her.
Hey! So I'm going to draw 2 objectives and 4 power cards. I'll roll for round 2. So, in case you don't know, it's how many crits roll first, followed by how many single assists, which is half moons, and then how many double assists.
You get 2
so I got 2 singles, and that's it. You've got 2 crits.
2 crits.
That's your first double crit roll.
I will go first. Okay, I'm going to try a shot with my wizard at your Tefk.
He does have 2 wounds now.
That's all right, I do 2 damage.
Oh. Oh.
I do need swirlies. Oh, missed.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to put activated runes onto Fuel, which means you can re-roll a dice.
Oh no.
Just don't know if I want to do this now.
I just don't know.
Right, yeah, I'm going to do it. So first turn, I'm going to have a charge with him. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, here we go.
Right, so Fuel.
2 hammers and a re-roll.
Yeah, 2 hammers, 1 re-roll, and 4 damage.
So this will one-shot my Vortimus. Oh, I need a crit.
I'm not fishing for a crit.
No crit. I got a dead Vortimus. Oh.
1 glory, but I don't score any of my objectives.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, I can't use his Siege Master either, because he has to be on a feature token within 1 hex of no one's territory. So, but I don't think you care about this.
Okay.
Oh no, I do. I do score. I'd score immediately after an activation step in which a friendly fighter's charge action began on a feature token in your territory, which you did. Bold Sortie.
Oh, well done.
So I get 1 for that as well. So I'm up to 4. They're natural sprinters, very dangerous over short distances.
I am going to play Deceitful Step.
What's that one?
Choose a friendly fighter that is not adjacent to an enemy fighter and roll a magic dice.
Oh,
on a
what's
roll
this
of a
one?
lightning, place them on any starting hex, otherwise place them on any objective token. If you cannot, nothing happens.
Okay, so lightnings are.
I won't get
what you're
lightning
after, I
now. Oh, I want a lightning.
So you've got to put them on a.
So I'll put
an
them
objective.
here, yeah. So for my second, I am going to charge with the chariot to there. So I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that, but I do. So,
Well, you can one-shot Mad Megrim.
yeah, I know, yeah. So I can roll, it's 2 hammers and I can re-roll any number of them.
Oh dear.
Sorry, we'll re-roll this one. 2 hammers.
So I do need a crit for Mad Megrim, or he does bite the dust.
No!
So Mad Megrim is furious now.
Oh, after a friendly fighter attack action that takes an enemy fighter out of action, if this card is in your hand, give this upgrade to that friendly fighter. It does not cost any glory points, but I shall give that to Kachak. It's gifted sight. Makes him an explorer. I can play significant find. I didn't realise this. I can play significant find. Basically, I can increase my exploration count by 1 if I have 1 or more friendly explorers are not in my territory. Well, we do have a surviving friendly fighter not in my territory. So I take up my exploration count up to 1.
I have nothing. So my second go, I am going to just put Tefk on guard.
Oh.
Because then I will then score Earthworks. Score immediately after a friendly fighter is given a guard token if that fighter is on a feature token within 1 hex of no one's territory.
Okay.
So that's a 5th glory for me.
So with my 3rd, I'm just going to draw a card.
Oh. I think I'm going to have to charge for my 3rd go with roll to there.
Oh dear.
Because he does have 3 damage.
Oh,
2 hammers.
That's enough to kill him.
2 hammers. Can't roll. 1 hammer.
Shield on. Yes!
Oh. So I'm going to play Oathsworn.
No!
Players after a friendly fighter's attack that fails, the fighter can make another attack.
That's the one I thought I had.
You've got my card. This is a dwarf card. Right, here we go. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? I need hammers. Oh, worse than the first.
I forgot it's my last turn. I actually want to move this blue horror onto there for my last turn. And I'll actually shoot at Tefk.
You can charge.
Sorry, completely, yeah, I'll charge. Sorry.
I know
completely
what I'm
zoned out there.
I know what So just take cards. Just draw cards.
I have got a sword.
Oh, I'm a sword, so I do need a shield or a dodge. Or, yeah.
Oh, because he's on guard, isn't he? On guard!
On guard. Oh.
No, so there's another damage.
If I'd have flipped it over, I would have got something then. Right. Poor old Tefk, he's going to die having seen no action. I'm going to play the Earth Shakes, which is choose a fighter and push them 1 hex. A fighter.
Ah, nice.
Anything for you?
No.
So I'm going to push him to there, I think. Okay. Then I'm going to play Treasure Lust, which I can push a fighter up to 3 hexes as long as they're not an objective and push him to there.
Clever.
And then I might as well put Grimnir's Blessing on Fuel, which is if he dies or if there's an attack that might kill him on a shield, it doesn't do anything.
Not going to I will not, in fact, be attacking.
And then on my 4th go, I literally have nothing to do, so I'm just going to draw a power card, because I could charge Tef, but I don't want to.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw a power card.
Brilliant.
And I'm going to put that onto Tef. It's an upgrade, Defiant Strike, which is during an attack that succeeds against this fighter cannot be driven back and makes this attack. 3 swords, 1 damage. But,
okay.
Yeah, something to stop him getting pushed back, basically.
Okay, I am going to put 9 lives on the blue horror.
You've given him 9 lives?
I have, yeah. So that makes him an explorer, basically, and you can't, if you would deal him damage by a gambit or a lethal hex, I roll a magic dice, and on a lightning, he's not dealt damage.
Okay. On to the end phase then?
I went first, didn't I? I have scored Harness Knowledge. Score this end phase if the same friendly fighter has held the same objective at the end of 2 consecutive action phases. I actually scored that twice. Did I get 2 glory for that?
See, that I think now, if that card was written now, it would be like score 1 glory for every fighter who's holding an objective that they previously held. So, but here it's just like you get 1 and you can shut up and you can like it.
Yeah, so that is nice as a 9 card. I didn't do my stuff.
You didn't do your stuff, that's true.
So, I didn't place a feature token. At the end of the action phase, for each friendly fighter that's on a feature token that is not in my territory, it's 0. At the end of each phase, so I get 2 rather, so altogether. Sadly, you stopped me from scoring and the extra 1. But, I do score Cautious Venture. Score this in an end phase if 2 or more surviving friendly fighters are in enemy territory and my exploration count is 3 or more, and that is worth 2.
What I say?
Right, I'll hang on to that one. So I'm going to draw 2 new power cards.
Right.
Not power cards. What are these called? Objective cards. And then,
You've got loads of power cards. Oh, no, yeah. I thought these were objectives. So 1 objective.
I'm going to draw 3 power cards.
Okay, so you're keeping the 2 you've got.
Yeah.
Right, I've only scored 1 objective. I've scored Conquered Domain, which is the one where score for a friendly fighter on a feature token within 1 hex of no one's territory, and gain 1 additional for each other friendly fighter. So I get 2 glory for that. So that puts me up to 7. I haven't scored the other 2, and I will keep them both. Power cards. I shall draw 5 power cards and 1 objective. So on to round 3. I have forgotten to update the turn on the display. How very rude of me. But it is turn 3, and the score is 6-7. It's closer than I think I was thought. I was thinking it would be like 2-1. He's dropping his dice and everything now. He's all flustered.
I have got a crit and a single.
Crit a single. Okay. I've got absolutely nothing.
I am going to shoot at Tefk with the blue horror. You do get single assists.
I do get single assists. There's a hammer and a single assist.
Nothing!
Oh, dear.
Nothing! You useless horror!
You utter horror, you. What a
But I
horror.
do score Pathfinders.
Oh. What's that?
Because my exploration count is at least equal to the round number, and 1 or more friendly fighters are explorers, and the round number is 3, and I've got 3, and I've got 2 explorers.
I'm going to play Tanglewire. Place 1 available snare token in a hex within 1 hex of 1 or more friendly fighters.
Ow!
So he becomes Stagierd.
Oh, he's on guard.
Turn over. To the other side.
No.
I'm going to put Stalwart Sentinel onto Volder, which is... he cannot be pushed whilst he's on a feature token. So, okay, my first go, bit of a gamble this one, but I'm going to charge with fuel.
Where are you charging?
There. And club, because he's the one with dodge. 2 in the face. 2 hammers and 1 re-roll. Well, so I should keep that. So he gets turned into a fine mist.
Yes.
A fine mist. 'Tis a fine mist. And I score Scion of Grimnir immediately after the leader takes an enemy fighter out of action. So 2 Glaries. But I'm also going to play as a reaction before that. I'm going to play Determined Push. Place after a friendly fighter's attack action, pick 1. Push that friendly fighter 1 hex towards the hex their target occupied during the declare action step, or 1 hex towards feature token. So. Now I do score this, I think, to the walls. Surge Duel. Score immediately after an activation step if your warband holds more objectives than any other warband, and each objective token within 1 hex of no one's territory is in a hex occupied by a friendly fighter.
I don't think you can score it.
But the minute I killed him, you only held 1 objective, and I held 2.
But you couldn't score. You couldn't score the objective you drew till the objective.
This isn't the one I drew. Sorry, this is another one I have. So I scored that as well as the other one.
I am going to shoot at Tefk again.
Okay. Oh, Tefk.
Oh, crit this time.
I do need a crit. No.
Dead Tefk.
No. Oh yeah. I forgot. Oh dear. Oh dear. So you get glory for that. So you're up to 8. For my second go, I'm going to wallop you with Vol. 2 hammers, 3 damage. A little bit overkill.
Oh. Can't hit the backdoor banjo, whatever the phrase is.
He could. That's it. I've got nothing in the power step. I think the game's going to accelerate towards the end very quickly now.
Yeah. So it's my third.
Yep.
I'm going to move the blue horror onto there. You might as well shoot at Vol.
Poor Vol. You can't be pushed back then.
No, I know. Oh, 3 doubles.
Spectacularly rubbish.
Useless.
And he's charged.
He's charged now, yeah.
So on my third go, I'm going to get rid of Siege Breakers, which is an objective, which is scoring an phase if there are no enemy fighters in my territory. Now, you did move him out, but Chicken's still alive, and I'm probably not going to kill him now. It's going to be the first time I think Nick will have ever seen the Chicken make it to the end of the game.
Yeah. I am, for my 4th,
Yep.
I'm going to move the Chicken onto there.
Chicken.
And I'm going to play Grasping Rootgrave, which is domain card. I cannot play this in the final power step of a round. At the end of the action phase, deal 1 damage to each fighter adjacent to a feature token. This effect persists until the end of the phase or until another domain game is played. I think it's irrelevant because you've got...
So even if I charge a Vol, he'll take a damage, but...
Yeah.
My 4th and final go?
Kacharic.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay.
Well, I do want to, but
Yeah.
the objectives tell me that's not the right play.
Okay.
This is boring. 1, 2, 3. Just going to run him over there.
Okay.
I want to badly club people to death, but it's just not worth it.
Power step.
I've got nothing in my power step.
Okay, I'm going to put Silver Tether on Kachalik.
Oh, what's that one?
If this fighter is holding objective in the third end phase, gain a glory. Yeah. I still think you're going to win.
Right. That's a very tense end.
Yeah.
I think, but you went first.
I did. I've got. I can't score Bold Venturer because I need a leader alive to score that one.
Boo.
But I do score. No, I don't score that one either.
Bets now.
Oh
What
dear.
do people think? Eyes or axes?
Oh dear.
Maybe axes after what Robin just
Oh
said.
dear. I scored Bind the City. Score this in end phase if you hold 3 or more objectives.
And how many glories is that?
2. It's only worth 2. It's supremacy. It's only worth 2.
And you get 1 as well.
And I get 1 for the.
For that thing.
Yeah.
So that puts you up to 11.
Yeah. What you're on 11.
I'm on 10.
Okay, so as long as you
I
score
love the
more
fact
than
that
1.
you've got a card there and it's an eyes card, but it's only 2 glory for supremacy. It's like, why would you not take supremacy over that?
Well, because I'm not allowed.
Well, no, true.
Yeah.
Poor old Arties, they're like, let's give him supremacy, which is a horrible card anyway,
Yeah.
and make it worse. Right, I did not score what I picked up, which is for the Gold, which is score this in an end phase if all your surviving fighters, at least 3 are inspired. Boo. I score Raise the Walls, score this in an end phase if 3 or more feature tokens are adjacent to 1 or more other feature tokens, and 3 or more of those tokens are within 1 hex of no one's territory. 1 glory for that.
That's 11 each.
11 apiece.
So have you scored your last one?
And my last one is Unstoppable Advance. Score this in the end phase for all your surviving fighters in enemy territory.
So how many is that?
That's 2.
So you are the winner by 2. That's pretty close. I couldn't have done anything if I don't know. I lost sight of the objectives at the end there. But actually, if I had drawn into what was left, I could only have scored 2. I would have scored them both, but I only scored 2. So the net result would have been the same because I couldn't finesse it. There's not enough push tech for the Eyes of the Nine.
Nick Baton said, "Come on, Eyes!"
Sorry, it was close. It was close.
That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I didn't get. I think I've still got in here. I've got the one that gives me +2 move when I'm not charging. The one that stops me from being pushed off objective. I've got Redeploy, which is one I was looking for, which enables you to push someone up to 4 hexes as long as they end up on a feature token, because I thought I could rocket someone across board, although you are standing on all the objectives. Grimness Speed, which gives Fuel +2 move, and Grimness Fortitude, which gives him +1 defence. So, I mean, overall, I got through all my push tech in the end.
Yeah, I haven't got any. I had a choice to make. I could either try and make Kachalik a bit better, or I could make Vortimus a bit better. Yeah. Unfortunately, I went for Vortimus.
Oh dear.
But then none of the cards came out for him, luckily, so I was a bit fortunate in that respect. But I had the card that gives him the one for +1 strength does, +1 damage does, but then there's one that gives him innate lightnings, and there's another one that gives him a lightning attack. Yeah. So I thought, well, I could do that, and he can be a bit of a turret. Meanwhile, I try and just get into your half with the blue horror and maybe one of the others.
I mean, I went for, in that second round, right at the start, I decided to go for Vortimus then, because I thought if I can one-shot him out, his range attack really worries me.
It was the right call. It was the right call. It would have been harder if when you missed, if you killed Kachalik over here, that's my game over.
I managed to miss both attacks.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I didn't miss the first time. You just blocked it.
Yeah.
And then I missed horribly the second time.
But if I'd managed to hit with my attack, I would have been inspired, which might have made a difference.
Yeah. But overall, 11 plays 12.
That was close.
That's not a terrible score, I think, for either of what we have probably voted the worst warbands of all time. And I think Nick mentioned and touched on this earlier in the game. Someone asked, are the axes really that bad? And he pointed out their movement really hampers them and their inspire condition really hampers them. But the good thing about Nemesis, and we're going to do a video about this a little later, is that most warbands with a good Rivals deck combo can actually start to be
that's what I like about it. It puts them on a much more level playing field. Yeah, that's what we've commented before, despite on what some people say. I'm
not suggesting that the axes with the Fearsome Fortress deck could possibly take on the I can't remember the name.
Null Spirit with Tooth and Claw.
Maybe not. But saying that as well, Fuel, I mean, rocking 4 damage, you can one-shot pretty much anybody in the Null Spirit pack once
to a degree, I neutered Fuel by not actually going anywhere near you. If you were reliant, if somebody was reliant on killing you to gain their glory,
Fuel's like,
exactly.
Gun to me.
And if he isn't, then Tef and even Maegrim are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Tefk is a monster when he's inspired, because he's like 3 hammers, 3 damage or something. So, yeah, I think, and we'll be waxing lyric about it in a video that we'll put out once we've recorded it in a week maybe, but I just love the fact that Nemesis gives so many more options back to the game that pretty much had died off in Championship, because it was like, why would you ever pick Axes when you could pick Magors or the Crimson Court, or, you know, anybody else who would just do better with the cards.
What I like about it is I don't know who designs it now, Nick, the game, but if we're still watching, but
he's already turned off his disgust.
I really like the fact that they've kind of brought control play back into it. Now, I kind of think, I don't really like control play because it's a bit non-player experience, but I think that was true in the old days, when the only way to have a control deck that worked was to have one that kept away from all the really crazy fighter cards, the really strong fighter cards, like Ready for Action, like all the great strengths and everything.
Yeah.
But having the reduced card pool means that they can actually have, both of these decks, to a degree, neither of them are particularly offensive. They're both quite control. They're both quite controlling.
Yes.
This was all about getting on the objectives. Yours was about getting on the objectives.
Yeah.
And they have very cleverly, and I don't know whether Championship does it as well, but they very cleverly brought objectives back into the game without having to worry too much about which objective is which.
Yeah.
Which I really like. And I think having that element of control, having that element of control play makes the game a little bit more thinky.
Yes, because it's not just charge. You've got to think a little bit more beyond just charging. Even though they've changed some of the mechanics, it's like if everybody has charge, then people can activate again. That doesn't unbalance the game either. And I agree. I feel like Nick's just replied and said he's still here. It's the Warhammer Skirmish Studio that writes it.
Right, okay.
I think they have got it bang on right now with the Rivals decks and Nemesis in general. Because I remember back in, it might have been Chasm days, there were like at least 3 cards knocking around that gave you +1 strength.
Yeah, might have been base grave, but
there were so many +1 damage cards knocking around, so many plus dice cards, stuff like that. You just Voltron somebody and went around smashing people's faces in. You had enough push tech that you could get someone next to one person, smash their face in, next round smash someone else's face in. This doesn't feel like that now. There doesn't really ever feel like you end up with a Voltron
we have
fighter.
ducked playing the really heavy aggro warband so far. We haven't played the Gnarl Spirit deck apart from
even then, if you play them and you're going to take like the Tooth and Claw deck, that doesn't have any. I don't think that has more than one +1 damage card in it. And a lot of the warbands, the fighter heavy or the real aggro warbands, they don't really have many +1 damage cards. Very few ever came with a +1 damage.
Chariot has one, but it didn't come out. It's not in my deck. That's why it didn't come out.
Noises. So. Yeah, hopefully everyone at home enjoyed that. If you did, do give us a thumbs up. I will try and re-upload this. You'll be able to watch this later on if you haven't watched it all now live. But I will try and re-upload this in a few days, just so that it's there and it gets maybe shown off a little bit more. But hopefully everyone did enjoy that. And if you do have any questions, do post them below.
Yeah, thanks for watching, particularly Nick. It's really nice to have you on. And if you do see the Skirmish team over Christmas or even in the New Year, do let them know how much we love the changes they've made.
Tell them to absolute losers and no one cares about what you think they're great.
We've got literally tens of views. But we think the game has really, Gnarlwood has really brought it back to its best. Or better than its best.
Hydra66 says, for that vid, would you discuss if all the Universal Rivals decks are equal or if 1 or 2 are outliers either way? We probably will mention a little bit about the Rivals decks. We're not going to go into too much detail on that aspect, but to fully comment, I think I've played them enough. Because we don't play that often. We play once a week. Yeah.
But I would say that, just off the top of my head, I would say that the Gnarlwood decks are a more cohesive experience than the
rival card and the
plot cards.
The plot cards.
The plot cards, I guess, is an extra element where, going back to that control thing, it's where that kind of extra control-y stuff comes in. It's specific to you. And this is the first season that has them, but I think it's a great addition to the game.
And Bugman's Nick's also put, and this is why we're going to re-record our video, because we did record it once, but then, as he's just pointed out, Bugman's Clashes sees a huge variety in warbands, 48 players, 25 different warbands, and hardly anybody. I think there was one person took the Gnarl Spirit, and they probably didn't take it the previous time, so they were like, well, I want to have a bash with them now. And you just wouldn't see that in Championship before, I don't think. You would always see a large number
maybe
of the best
Bugman's Clash, because the Bugman's Clash is...
They're always a little bit more...
Yeah, it's kind of... But definitely not that level of variety. Like 2-to-1 or whatever.
Yeah, Elysian says he's also sent a follow on Insta. Yes, please do like, subscribe, ring the bell, and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Do follow us on Facebook if you're on there. Insta, we do try and put shouts out so people know when we're going to be streaming stuff. Like generally, we do try and stream around 9ish on Thursday. So if you've got an evening free, that'll be us.
Yeah, although now we know Nick's available on Wednesdays. Although it is a funny Wednesday.
It is a funny it's a funny one. Elysian Tyrant says, what's the Bugman's Clash? Well, Nick will fill you in on that, but do look on Facebook. But again, it's they run the tournaments at Bugman's at Warhammer World, and
Bugman's Bar. It's I don't know if it's in the bar now, but it used to started in the bar. It's every one Thursday
once a month,
once a month on a Thursday evening, I think. It's just a little bit too far for us to go on a Thursday.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I was actually thinking this week, Nick. I was thinking maybe I'll say to Pete, take a Friday off work and we'll go up.
I would consider
Thursday evening and have a game, maybe in the summer. When it's not dark and driving.
Yeah, and miserable and horrible. I would definitely consider doing that, though, but nobody cares at home about listening to it. But yeah, maybe one day we'll make it there.
Yeah. So
and you'll see your numbers treble.
Treble.
Well, actually, sorry, there'll be 3 people there. That's what I meant. Nick, you and me. Nick will be going, can you never
It was
come
next Thursday.
Oh dear, oh dear. So, thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes, have a fantastic New Year, and we'll see you all in 2023.
Yeah.